Hello, wonderful viewers. Welcome back to our live show again with Nana Ayebia for Jnana Caksus Das. Jnana, how are you today?
Yeah, I'm doing very good. I'm fine. How about yourself?
I'm very good too. I'm doing okay.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay. So let's go straight to our topic for today. We have physical and spiritual implications of vegetarianism.
Okay.
What is vegetarian diet?
Okay, thank you very much. And I'm very grateful that you have him here once more. Vegetarianism is just a science of consuming foods that are not animal-based. If I say animal-based, like any food that comes from the violence we caused animals before we are able to have a meal on our table. So those who respect nature, those who consume food without causing pain and harm to other living entities, most especially conscious living entities, is what is termed as vegetarianism. It is a science or a mode of eating that has been in existence since time immemorial. It is not yesterday's philosophy. It is not 3 days ago's ideology or philosophy. It is something that has been in existence since day one that God created this, our material universe. So, vegetarianism is older than any religion in this world. Yeah. Christianity is like 2020 something years ago old, and Islam is 1,500, 1,600 years ago. And some other religious groups have been around, maybe like some 5,000, like Hinduism, even though it is a 5,000 that was recorded, but before that time, it has been in existence all these years. Buddhism has been around for some time, but vegetarianism is older than any religion because it has been part of us since day one. Because right from the day of creation, God created human beings. God assigned them to some kind of food they must eat. So eating started right from day one. So it means that science of vegetarianism has been with us since day one. So like I'm saying, it is not the teachings or the principles of any religious group. We need to understand that point. It is something that has been with us all these years, since day one. So if people understand from this point of view, it becomes a little bit easier for us to discuss it. But as soon as we begin to associate this beautiful science to any religious group, then the battle of, no, that is not what I'm supposed to follow, or that is for these people, comes in. But if you understand that it started from the beginning of creation, it becomes a universal law that we like to delve into it. And hopefully before we end this discussion, people really understand the physical benefit, the spiritual benefit, and even the economic benefit when it comes to the science of vegetarianism.
Okay, and there are so many misconceptions about vegetarians. People say you guys are under some covenant and the God or spirit is actually giving you rules to follow, so you don't eat animals or something.
Okay, yeah. I think I've heard this several times, but I think it is just a vague, conception or perception. If I ask you to give me one cardinal lifestyle of a demon, like one cardinal, what will you tell me? Demons. What do you think that in your own understanding, demons, one cardinal thing they do that really makes them demonic?
Blood sucking.
They suck blood, right?
Yes.
So anybody who is intelligent knows very well that demons suck blood. Demons cause pains. They create situations so that they can get blood to suck. So if there's any court that advises you not to suck blood, that kind of teaching is telling you not to be demonic. So it is the other way around. Okay. Those that suck blood, they actually belong to some unknown, negative tantric organization. They don't know, unknowingly doing that. But somebody who doesn't really go into causing pain and sucking blood, how can that person belong to an evil organization. Because to the best of my knowledge, with my research, all the study I've done in this world, all demons love blood. Demons love causing pain. Demons become happy when they see others suffering. So if there's any organization that teaches people not to cause pain to other beings, not to suck blood, in fact, that should be the best thing for us to follow. So those are thinking that for one to be a vegetarian, it means that it should belong to some organization, and that organization is pushing not to cause pain. Then that organization should be a good one, because that is the opposite of demonic life. Because the one cardinal thing demons do is sucking blood. And anybody who eats meat sucks blood.
Why do you think it is difficult for the ordinary human to accept that, not causing pain?
See, the fact of the matter is that people are just too greedy and too selfish. Greediness and selfishness clouds our intelligence. So people are so greedy. People are so selfish to the point that they can't even fathom, they can't understand why we should not cause pain to others. Can you just imagine that I just entered your house and then I tell you, please, my wife and kids are in the house, they are very hungry. Give me one of your kids, you go and prepare some pusu for them. Yeah? You have about 6 kids here, and then I said, please, I need one of your kids. I need to prepare some soup. My wife is hungry, my kids are crying. What will you think of me?
You're a demon.
It guys a demon. What kind of nonsense is that? Do you hear what you're telling me? So that's what we do. We go to the goats and tell them that, see, this black one, please, I want to take this one for soup. We think that they don't feel pain, or maybe probably they don't have that kind of connection, love. See, the whole point is that people find it difficult to understand that it is not good for you to cause pain to other beings just because they are just greedy, they are selfish. Me, I, and mine, that is their philosophy. Apart from me, I, and mine, they don't know any other thing. So yes, I want to feed my family. I want to make sure that I'm okay, my kids are okay, my wife is okay. To hell to any other person, whatever happens to you, I don't give a damn about. This is a perception. Okay? So like I'm saying, if you're watching us, don't see this from a religious point of view. See it from the point of being a civilized human being. How will you feel somebody enters your house, you want to take one of your kids for pusu or for some pepperensan or something in the house? Or what will you say? I don't think you won't take it lightly. That's what I think. So that is it. People are greedy. People are selfish. And even as I'm speaking, some people are still finding ways and means to justify why they need this. As I'm speaking now, people are thinking like that. They want to find ways and means to get some quotation from the Bible, some quotation from the Quran, somewhere. Yeah. They need something to affirm the fact that, yes, it's okay for me to cause pain to other beings because I have to live. That is wrong. That is very wrong. So people find it difficult accepting this natural principle of not causing pain to others just for food because they are just selfish and they are greedy. These are 2 words. I mean, I don't feel happy giving you this kind of status, but if you find it difficult understanding why we shouldn't cause pain to other beings just for food or causing pain to people because we want to gratify our palate, it's just because you are just greedy and selfish. You don't care for any other body. You feel that you're okay. Whatever happens to you is fine. Whatever happens to anybody, you don't care. So it's greediness and selfishness that clouds the intelligence of any sane man to find it difficult to accept the principles of not causing pain to other beings. In fact, vegetarianism is not the tenet or the philosophy of any religion. It is the philosophy of civilized human life. Civilized human life is follow natural principle.
Wow.
Yes, just follow what nature offers. Nature offers for everybody. Okay? It is said in the Sri Upanishad, one spiritual book, that in everybody, God, Almighty God, has given us so many things. But He has given everybody a quota. And if we accept that quota, we are free from karma. That's a cause and effect. But if we don't accept our quota and we accept the quota of other beings, now we fall under the principles of karma. It means that to live, one must eat. And to eat, one must kill. It's a law. So all vegetarians and non-vegetarians, like everybody, somehow killing. But we have to follow natural principle. God gives some laws. You follow the laws, you don't have any problem. Let me give you an example. On the battlefield, when the commander says shoot, and any soldier who is able to kill the enemy gets a medal after the battle. Commander shoot. You have AK-47 shot. You kill many people, you get home, they give you a medal. But if that same soldier comes home and take the same gun with the same bullet and go out there and kill people, you go to jail. Why? The same soldier, the same weapon, the same bullet. One side you get the medal, one side you go to jail. Why? The first time he was following principles, so there's no law that forbids him, or there's no law that will castigate him into any prison sentence. But here he's doing by his own will.
Okay.
So if we accept the quota of nature, we are not supposed to pay any karmic reaction or karmic debt because we are following the principle like the soldier on the battlefield. But when you go outside our quota, it's like taking the gun and going to the street and killing people. We fall under the tenet of cause and effect. So, in fact, everybody kills somehow or the other. Yes. Somehow everybody kills. But we must go in for what is our quota. When you take what is the quota, you wouldn't have any problem to deal with nature. If not, you can just go ahead and be challenging and see whatever it is. When you die, you know. Whether you go scot-free, you go and suffer like anything. See, let me tell you one thing. We should not link the ideology of vegetarianism to any religion because it is not a religious tenet. It is the tenet of civilized human life. Right from the one God created Adam and Eve, according to the Bible story, they were eating, right?
Yes.
Go and read Genesis chapter 1, verse 29. God says, I have given you any tree bearing fruit and seed that to you shall be for food. Genesis 1:29. So Adam and Eve, they were eating the food, everything like that. So they were together with animals and there was no problem.
But our problem here is we weren't raised like that.
Some people were raised to steal, but it doesn't make stealing right. Some people were raised to humanize and have sex anyhow, uncontrolled sex. It doesn't make right. Some people were raised to do so many horrible stuff. How you were raised doesn't really matter, but how you live your life matters. So now we are telling, maybe you didn't know before that it's wrong for you to chase a goat like that in the Christmas day. You chase the animal the whole day. I used to do it. My father used to have turkeys, so many of them. And this chicken and so many things like that, fowl, plenty in the house. So from every week like that, we just run. They say, this one, we are going to kill this one. That day, everybody in the house will be happy. Early in the morning, we time to chase this. We will chase it until we get it and kill. Now, when I sit back and I think about those things, I feel very bad. What kind of selfish feelings were we possessing at that time? To the point that we didn't care. Forgetting that this fowl lay eggs. It stays on the egg for 21 days. You will not see them going out to go and drink water. My father was a farmer. I know this very well. For 21 days, they will be on the eggs because they have to keep the eggs warm for it to fertilize whatever. They will be there for 21 days and they, at times 3, 4, 5 days before, they will run to go and put some small water and they go back. They will do all this within 3 weeks. Hatch the baby. And when it's raining, they have to cover them with their wings. They have to be protecting them against the hawk and then the eagles. They do all the things. They go to the bush. They fight with snakes. They try as much as possible to keep them alive, to protect them. Have you ever seen when it's raining and the fowl covering the babies before?
Yes.
The fowl will cover the babies and the rain will beat it. It doesn't care because I'm having my babies down me, under me. So they possess this level of love and affection for their offspring. They take care of them, and then when they grow, you don't care. You just go and take them and then slaughter them because you want to enjoy. And you think they don't feel anything. 21 good days they have to sit on these eggs. They sat on the eggs for 21 days. They don't pass stool on the eggs. Days. So when you see they will jump and they will shout, they will go and pass stool, and they pass stool so much Because days they are not passing through. Because they know the babies are in the eggs. They will just go and find some water and come back and sit there for days. So they pay all the sacrifice there just to make sure they want to keep their babies alive. And because you are long, you are huge, you are giant as compared to their size, you can just go and grab it like that and just twist the neck and kill it. And you think that's okay. But once the witches also drag your father, your mother, and they break the neck on the road and kill it, then you begin to complain that witches are dangerous. You are same like the witches. Just that they will eat big bodies and you eat small bodies, the same thing. Okay? So what I'm trying to say here is, people find it very difficult accepting this fact of vegetarianism because they begin to link it to some religious groups. So if he's a Muslim and he said, okay, vegetarianism is a philosophy of the Christians, then me, I'm a Muslim, so I'm free to go ahead to do whatever I want to do. If he's a Christian, he says, no, this one is a Eastern philosophy, so I have the right to go and eat. So when people begin to align this kind of beautiful philosophy to any religious group, that's when they feel they have the right to eat.
Okay.
So I tell people that it is not the beliefs of any religion. It is just a tenet of civilized human living. As simple as that. So if you're a human being, just follow this principle. Don't come and give me any Bible quotation because you don't know anything in the Bible more than me. You don't. The Bible does not prescribe meat eating for people, civilized human beings. People are not civilized, can go and eat meat and do whatever they want to do. But people who are civilized, the Bible says, don't eat it. Go to Genesis 1:29. God tells us to eat the fruits, only that. Come to Leviticus chapter 11, Deuteronomy chapter 14. God told Moses and the Israelites that God spoke to Moses and Aaron that go and tell the Israelites that among all the living animals, these are the animals they must eat. Listen to this carefully. They must only eat among only the clean animals. And among the clean animals, they should only eat the animals that have two, the feed is divided into two, and they chew their gut or they regurgitate. Those animals, they are clean and you can eat them. But those who regurgitate, but probably the feed is not, the hoof is not divided into two, you cannot eat them. But some of them also, the hood is divided into two, but they don't regurgitate or don't chew their gut, don't eat. You must eat only the animals that chew their guts or regurgitate, and also the hoof is divided into two. So now let us go back to a story before this.
Okay.
During the Noah's story, according to the Bible, God told Noah that if people are not ready to go into the ark, go out there and bring animals. God gave one cardinal principle, law, to Noah, that you should take unclean animals, two, a male and a female. And then clean animals, you must take 7. Those Christians watching me, have you ever asked yourself why God gave this order to Noah? You've never asked yourself. It's a story. My Bible story in school. All of you learned these things. That God told Noah, take unclean animals, 2, a male and a female, and the clean animals take 7. Why?
Why?
Because God knew that at that time people were vegetarians. All of them, they feed on vegetation. And God knows that the flood, after many days, vegetation will be no more. So how will people feed? So he knows that after the flood, he will instruct mankind to feed on flesh, something they were not eating before. And even if they are to eat the flesh, he will tell them to eat only the clean animals. So 7 of the clean animals eat about, say, 5. And leave a male and female there so they can continue the progeny of that very species. But with the unclean animals, you're not going to touch them, so you just need only a female and female. A male and female so they can continue the progeny. And truly, after the flood, Noah approached God, and God told him that, I have given you these animals you went to the ark with, as I gave you vegetation before. Because they were vegetarians before. That's what I'm saying, that vegetarianism is not the philosophy of any religion. It has been in existence before your father was born, your mother was born, your great grandmother was born. It has been in existence all this while. So they started eating meat. People were eating meat. So it got to a point people are so much attached to meat eating. So during the 10 Commandment time, those days, God wanted human beings to stop eating meat. But it is very, very difficult to stop something you're very much attached to. So God spoke to Moses. That's Leviticus chapter 11 and Deuteronomy chapter 14, that go and speak to the Israelites that among all the beasts, this is what they should eat. The animal that regurgitates at the same time, the hood is divided into two. This is what they should eat. And even that, you must sacrifice that. Huh? You must pour the blood and the fat out. Because the soul is the blood. Okay?
But it's difficult for blood to fully...
We are going there, you understand.
Okay.
So God says that the goat is clean. The sheep is clean. The cow is clean. This is clean. Pig is not clean. Grass cutter is not clean. According to the Bible. Like that, the demarcation is there. But even the clean ones, before you eat it, you must sacrifice them. And don't eat the blood. And don't eat the fat. We did science in school. When the heart pumps blood, then the blood will circulate in the body, right?
Yes.
And in the veins, there are blood there in the veins.
Yeah.
So as soon as you kill an animal and the blood stop pumping blood, it means the blood will not move again. So all those blood are staying in the veins, they will stay there. Right?
Yes.
So you bisect the animal, divide it, cut it into pieces, and you wash it. The water turns reddish in color. You wash the meat 20 times, so the water will be, with the color of blood. Because the veins contain the blood. So there's no way you can eat meat without blood. So in those days when God gave this law, and they wanted to follow this law, Jews don't eat flesh meat. They will dry it for days. When they kill an animal, they will hang it. Ask those that have gone to Israel, they will tell you. They will hang the animal for about 2 weeks. For all the water, for everything to drain out before they will feed, because they are following that law in the Bible. You are talking East Christian, you just kill the goat. Right now, you go and eat it. And you are telling me that you are following the laws of the Bible, that God said, I have sanctified everything, you can go ahead and eat. You are just eating because of your own pilot, not because you want to follow any law. So see, people who are very smart and those who are not smart, there's a way we approach issues. There are people, they say, okay, God has sanctified everything, so I have the right to eat anything. For them, they don't care. They can eat anything. They will eat snake. They will eat crocodile. They will eat anything. They will eat lizard. Anything they get, they will eat. See, those people are even inferior to animals. Because even animals don't eat anything and everything. If you have ever have some pets with you, they go to the bush. They don't just eat any leaf. They are very selective. So any humans like me, I can eat anything. Anything you give me, I'll eat. And through the that person is not a complete human being. But a human being is somebody who is circumspect, somebody that makes, try to as much as possible to be selective in whatever you do. You can't just do anything anyhow. When the intelligence is building up, it's okay. Even though God has sanctified everything, but I'm not going to eat everything. I will eat the clean animals and I will leave the unclean animals. And they're very careful. And even the clean animals, when it dies on its own, I'm not going to eat. I have to make sure that I kill it myself. I say my prayer before I eat. Like the SDA people. When trap catch an animal and dies there, they will not eat. Because the food the animal died on its own. So you don't have to eat it. And the more advanced one becomes, it's okay. Even though God said that I can eat the clean animals, but the same law says that I should not eat the fat. And I should not eat the blood. So what do? Okay, I kill the clean animal. I will hang the meat for, say, 2 to 3 weeks. Let everything drain, and I'll go and feed on it. But the most smartest person says that even before all these animal stuff, we were living and nothing happened to us. So what is the use of going to look for which animal is clean and which is not clean? And then trying to see that, okay, among the clean ones, let me kill it and keep the body there for 21 days or whatever. Why not going back to how we were living before? How we were living before, we were feeding on vegetation, fruits, nuts, roots, that kind of thing. Why do I have to go and suffer and struggle and do all these things? Okay, let me better go back to how we were before. So this is a natural principle. It has nothing to do with any religion. So don't come and quote me in your Bible, any Quran, telling me that this is it. No. Civilized human beings must go back to feeding on vegetation. Now let's come to the scientific proof why one must not feed on flesh, or why our body is not meant for flesh. Scientifically proven. You can just go and Google and see. We have carnivorous creatures and we have herbivorous creatures. And the human beings, at times, we can liken ourselves to these animals, because like human being is a two-legged animal, according to science. So every carnivorous creature possesses one long teeth, like we call it the carnivore teeth. You see that of the dog, the cat, the lion. When you open their mouth, you see some 4 long teeth.
Yes.
2 up, 2 down. This teeth is meant for tearing. And because they have these carnivore teeth, they don't have molars. So when they tear meat, they don't chew, they swallow. Okay? They have the carnivore teeth, they don't have molars. When they tear flesh, they will swallow it. But all herbivorous creatures don't have carnivore teeth, they have molars. So when they take something, they will chew it. So you see the goat, they will be chewing their mouth like that. They have molars for chewing, so they chew, they don't have carnivore teeth. Human beings don't have carnivore teeth, we have molars. So we chew our food. So in the dental arrangement, the human being is exactly like the herbivorous creatures. Every carnivorous creature possesses claws. When they are angry, their claws will appear. The cat, the lion, you see, the tiger, the dogs, they can kill with the claws. But all the herbivorous creatures, they don't possess claws. They possess nails. You see the goat, you see the sheep, the cow. They all possess nails, not claws. The human being don't possess claws. We possess nails. So in that, we are like that of the herbivorous creatures. Every carnivorous creature perspires through the tongue. Go and ask the doctor, he will tell you. So you see the dog breathing, and water will be coming.
Yes.
They perspire through the tongue. But all herbivorous creatures perspire through the skin pores. So there's this adage that share if you free in the pie, but in the body, that the sheep perspires through a lot, but because of the fur, we don't say it. Human beings don't perspire through our tongue, we perspire through our skin pores. We are like that of the herbivorous creatures. If you kill any carnivorous creature and you remove the intestine and you measure into the size of the body, it's 3 times the length of that animal. But I'm saying, if you kill a dog and you remove all the intestine and you measure from the head to the feet, it is only 3 times. But every herbivorous creature, the intestinal tract is 11 or 12 times the length of the body of that animal. You know why?
Why?
Because God knows meat contains poison. The longer it stays in the body, the problem for that body. So in his own intelligence, in all wisdom, the intestinal tract of the carnivorous creature is very short. So as soon as they eat the meat, they go to the toilet. So when the dogs and the cats eat meat, when they pass through, you still see the meat inside. Because the meat will not stay in the body for too long for it to discharge all the toxins and the poison into the system. Okay? But for the herbivorous creatures, everything in the leaf, the fruit, is good for the body. So stay there. Take your time and discharge all the good stuff to the body. According to science, the human being intestinal tract is 11 or 12 times the length of the body. Ask any doctor, they will tell you. So in that sense, we look like that of the herbivorous creatures. Every carnivorous creature possesses some level of acidity in their body that you can give them so much fat, they will eat it and nothing will happen to them. A human being eats fat, just a little bit, you have done this tomorrow, because the acidity content in your system is unable to dilute the acid in the toxins in the meat. So the whole body will never be meant for flesh by God's own arrangement. This is by God's own arrangement. So human beings were created. We have this body that survives on vegetation, not on flesh. I can just bet anybody that 99% of all the ailments in the world is derived from flesh. Just recently, this Ebola, where from it?
They say monkeys or...
Trust me, every ailment that has been difficult to treat is from animals. So one thing is, I see, the white man created his own engine, diesel engine and petrol engine. He tells you that this car can take only diesel. We are too much. And for petrol, the owner of this car, the manufacturer says that this engine is diesel engine. And you are too one not they can't be on fire. No got of petrol now with the boom. It will go for some time, but the engine is going to break down. I remember some time ago we went to Nigeria, and there is something with Nigerian filling station and Ghana filling station. You see, Nigeria, their filling station, they keep the, I think the diesel or petrol far away from the other ones. So if this is the filling station at the far end, that's why they will keep. Is it petrol or diesel? One of them. And we didn't know. It's Ghana. It's together. Diesel and the petrol the same place. It's only the what is it? The kerosene they keep aside.
Yeah.
So Ghana, we use Ghana car. We got there and we go and park there. The guy did not ask us. He just filled the tank. So the driver saw diesel. What is it? Our car was diesel. And here the petrol, they keep the petrol far away. So the driver saw that our car was a diesel engine, that they filled it with petrol. You know what we did? We have to open the tank and for the whole thing to leave. We were there for about 3-4 hours so that everything would get out of it before we can fill the... Even that one, when you go back to Ghana, the engine started having problem. So what I'm trying to say is that the manufacturer is telling you, this thing, this your body is meant or it survives on vegetation. Listen to that. We are too no. We too know too much. Everything we want to bring on our own ideas, we do it and sickness. Diabetes, cancer, stroke, everything is for meat. Go to doctor, they will tell you, oh, you have a kidney, so minimize your meat, cut down your meat. Won't take. They will tell you stroke way there, you must not even eat meat. The dry fish and those things in because of stroke and one yanti. Now, papa na stroke na say. So person no tona. Onja ya namono we na wo stroke ni bench wa go so awo we namono. Wo be kwa you will join the stroke line. The diabetes, the cancer, now the cancer everywhere. So this is not God's punishment to anybody. The body was given to us by somebody, and that person have assigned that your body will survive on vegetation. Those are the science in school. The doctors will tell you that somebody who is a very good vegetarian will live longer, healthier than somebody who feeds on flesh. So if you have this basic fact, why are we linking vegetarianism with religion? Because if you are not strong, how do you worship God? If you are sick, can you even have time to pray?
No.
If you are sick, can you go to check out mosque? So if there's a food that will give you sickness quick, and the food that will preserve you from having sickness, which one do you choose as an intelligent person? You want to wait till when you have the stroke, the cancer, the diabetes, the kidney issue, the lungs issue, for the doctor to tell you to minimize this thing before you listen? At least an intelligent person don't wait to commit all the mistakes in the world before they learn. They learn from the mistakes of other people. At my age, I know most people that get this diabetes and cancer and kidney, most of them get these sicknesses from too much flesh. So if this body, if this kind of meal is not helping others, why do we force ourselves to be doing all this? So the point is, people find it difficult accepting the philosophy of vegetarianism to be a philosophy for the universe. They don't want to accept that. They see it to be linked to some religion. So because of that, I don't belong to that religion, so I can go ahead and then do whatever I want to do. Every day we go to church and we pray, God, please have mercy on me. If you eat meat, you don't have any mercy. I'm telling you. Those of you staying abroad, let your kids see you carry a knife that you want to go and kill any animal in your house, and you see what will happen in the house. Those of you in the abroad, you have your kids that have never been to Ghana before. You bring them to Ghana and go and take some goats and step on it, use knife, you want to kill them. That your child will never speak to you again. If you go to abroad, they make sure nobody sees how they kill animals. So the kids feel that, okay, the meat comes from some tree or something. They don't know that people have to kill them.
Wow.
There are many videos online when kids see that adults want to kill the animal, they cry, say, no, I won't allow it. They have love and compassion. You can't possess love and compassion and you still go and step on the legs of a goat and just slaughter it like that. When the animal is lying down and doing like this, when you are smiling. But when your brother have an accident and blood is oozing everywhere, you are there and you're shaking. What is the difference? So the truth of the matter is that vegetarianism is not any religious philosophy. It is the philosophy for civilized human living. Can you just imagine that we can live with animals together, the sheep, and then the deers? They will all come home like that and be with us. Those are if you are staying abroad. There's this deer that have so many horns.
Yeah.
They are everywhere in the US. Especially those who are living very close to the trees. At times you'll be sitting down, you'll see them walking there. If Ghana here, take gun, Timaya is gone. Because they don't allow them to kill them. They come around.
Even the pigeons.
The pigeons everywhere. They will be coming around. Ghana here, they will run away.
Yeah.
There are so many places in the US. When you go, you see this squirrel. They will just come and be. If you go to our headquarters in India, the squirrels are everywhere. The monkeys are everywhere. They will climb the tree. They will come and pass like that. Nobody has them. The birds will be there. They will not even move. But here, when you're going close, they run away. You think they don't know? When you eat the animals, you develop the aura of animal killers.
So let's link it to spirituality. Does it affect us?
Why not? It does affect you. When you eat animals, when you eat flesh, you develop the aura of the killers of animals. Anybody that feeds on dog meat, as soon as the dog sees you, what happens?
They back.
It backs and run away. You know, in my village, there are a lot of Northerners. In Northerners, they like dogs, like people from Boliga. That's one of their favorite meats. They eat. As soon as the dog sees them, he will be backing. I used to have dogs when I was a kid. They will back and they will quickly run and go and hide. They know this guy can kill me anytime. Because your aura is the aura of animal killers. All the animals perceive us like that.
So,
but some of them don't.
Do they have the eye to see?
They'll sense. They have a very powerful, sensitive nature. Okay. Animals are able to sense. They're able to sense that this person have a negative aura. If somebody stays in the hand, the person eats cat. And people that love eating cats, cat will never come close to them. They won't. Because they can perceive that this guy, they perceive that. So all animals are able to perceive that, but not all of them react to whatever they see around them. So if you kill animals, I am telling you this, you develop an aura that is not positive. Yes? You develop an aura that is not positive. Anybody who's a clairvoyant will tell you, see, when you're on the street, you see somebody who is a pure vegetarian, even if you don't have third eye, you see them and they look simple and they look modest and they look very calm and serene because they don't feed on violence. You don't need to have a third eye to identify somebody who is a vegetarian and somebody who isn't. Just by looking at them, the aura alone, you see, the energy around them will tell you this person, no, he's a vegetarian. There's a vegetarian restaurant at 37. 37, is it opposite Lands Department, whatever? There's a woman there like that. You go there, time when I go there, I'll sit in the car. No, I don't just go and sit. I just go and sit in the car, maybe I'll order some things. And those that are coming, there are people who are not vegetarian that come and eat there. But as soon as you see a vegetarian coming from the car, nobody tells you this person is a vegetarian. You see them, you just see them and say, oh, this person is a non-violent person. He's a vegetarian. And I see those who eat the meat, you see their stomach big like that, they'll just come in, they're just going to eat food. They don't know that this thing is medicine. See, I'm telling you, if you don't eat your food as medicine, you will always take your medicine as food. I can't get angry and insult me, so whatever you want to say, try will have a woundness when you're stroke. They say one day, when you're stroke, now you're going to say, and now when I would need Jnana, because at the end of Papa can't say me a menti. Now when you're stroke, often will be in brow by brands and about no man. You don't have any idea.
Say, you are what you eat.
You are what you eat. Whatever you eat becomes you. So you see, my life is Why causing pain to other living beings just because you want to live? Why do I have to cause pain to some rat or some grass cutter or some deer just because I need to feed my wife and kids in the house? Where the vegetation, yes, somebody will say that even the vegetation you have to kill them. Yes, somehow or the other, some of them, not all. Because when I eat mango, I eat the mango and I drop the seed is going to germinate. I don't know anybody who can tell me that you go and then kill some goats after eating, you can't put the head there and the head will bring another goat. There's nobody like that, or is there anybody like that?
No.
Yes. If you take tomatoes, you prepare your soup, you go and throw the water out, the next day you go back, the tomatoes is coming down. The same thing happened to pepper. So many of these things, you eat them and you don't have to kill them. Yes, some of them, when you eat, you have to cause some pain. So that's why I also have another belief which is more superior than vegetarianism. That is, even though you might be a vegetarian, but somehow or the other you might cause some pain to other beings in the form of vegetation. So before you even eat your food, you must offer that food in sacrifice to God before you eat. So when I prepare my food, no tasting. Make sure that as I'm preparing the food, I have a very good consciousness. After the whole preparation is done, I offer it to God by saying, my dear Lord, you own all the tomatoes, the pepper, everything, all the ingredients here belongs to you. If I don't inform you, I become a thief, so please accept this. You say that for one to live, one must eat, and for one to eat, one must kill. I have to prepare this so that I can sustain my life to worship you. So first accept this, and if you accept it, I know that it will help me to understand you well and live a better life. So after this prayer, now you can go ahead and eat this food. So my philosophy or my belief is that you must even go beyond just being a vegetarian. That you prepare the vegetarian food which is decent, which doesn't have so much violence in there, but you must so first offer it to God. Because no matter what, there's something little there. Other people say that killing is not good. The Bible says that even our walking is sinful in the sight of God. What is so wrong with our walking? Because when you walk, you kill so many germs, so many insects, you don't know. You can't tell me you kill them unknowingly. You will be punished for it. I'm telling you. And then you willingly go and take the goat and kill, and think it's easy. Anybody that kills the animal, that person will be killed in the next life. If you like, believe it or not. You kill animal for food in your next life, you too, you become an animal and you'll be killed.
So that's karma.
That's the law of karma and reincarnation. You can't do anything and go scot-free. Can you just imagine that you are out there holding catapult? You see some bird there and then the bird fly down. You're happy. There are some birds. They make their nest on a very high top with trees. This bird you just killed is having some 2 babies in the nest there. They don't have their feathers to fly, so their mother have to go and look for food for them. So you just killed this one. You don't know who is depending on this bird you've just killed. You kill only one, but 2 will be dying very soon. You go to the bush there to go and set trap, and you get some grass cutter, you get some rat. You are happy. Maybe this rat is having about 8 babies in the tunnel there, in that hole. And the first week, they don't have any eye to even go out. So the mother have to go and fetch for food for them in that hole. You kill the mother out there, all those 8 will be dying. And you think that nature will look at all these things and will say that you are okay, you are innocent. You don't know what you're saying. The nature will look at this rat having about 8 babies in the hole there. And this mother is the one is feeding them because they can't see anything. And because you are just selfish, you are greedy, you want to feed your family, you go and kill this animal, and all those 8 will die in that hole, and nature will say, okay, you've done so well. Come and take a medal. Nature will make sure that this pain you caused, you will experience it in a different way. You cause pain to other beings unnecessarily. I'm using the word unnecessarily because at times it is necessary for you to cause harm. For instance, if somebody wants to attack you and kill you, you don't have to sit down. You defend yourself. And if by defending yourself you have to kill the person, that is not unnecessary killing. There are so many food for us to eat. I have been a vegetarian for only God knows when, so many years. Do I look like somebody who is sick?
No.
I am a strong man. I am a strong man. the kind of work I do, you can't just do this and then be working out anyhow. I attend to thousands of people. I don't sleep enough. I do so many things. At times I can sit down from 10 p.m. and I'll stand up 5 p.m. No food, no water. Like that, and I can do for a whole week. I am strong because I don't feed on violence. If you feed on violence, your body will be breaking down. We are weakening your body gradually. Then nature will wait when you are like say 50 years, 60 years, where you have much strong. Then you give one pump like that, stroke, pa! Then half is gone. Then after some time, say you give you one pump straight, pa! After some time, he give you diabetes. Then now your life is finished. Okay? Yeah. Nature will deal with you. Wait till when you don't have much power to defend yourself. He will deal with you for you to really understand. So what I'm saying is, before you can worship God, you need to have a good health. And before you can have a good health, you must be very circumspect about what you eat and what you don't eat.
Okay.
What you drink and what you don't drink. If you want to worship God, you must first take care of your body, because you need this body to serve God. You cannot treat the body anyhow by putting any nonsense into this body and expect that you can have strength and health. No. You will get sick. You can get sick anyhow. And when you are sick, and worship God. So I will tell you, vegetarianism is not linked to any religious group. It is a universal philosophy that don't cause pain to other beings, because our body is not meant for flesh. That's the first point. Secondly, if you want to worship God, you need healthy body to worship God. And science has proven that flesh causes problem to our body. So if you love God and you want to worship God, you must maintain your body in a way that you don't get sick anyhow, so that you can have the health to worship God. So if you are talking about economics, before you're able to get meat, the kind of energy you put into it, and if you want to prepare vegetarian food, you will know the difference. Let somebody go and bring some pig meat, and let me go and take my cassava or fufu. I want to pound fufu. Let us boil it and see who is going to finish fast. The kind of energy you have to put into boiling this chas meat to eat, and the energy you have to put in my fufu, you will understand.
Yeah.
The fire you have to put in, the water you have to watch the meat and watch the meat and watch the meat. So you can see, even economically, feeding on animals creates problem. Even those factories that have to maintain animals to process their meat, the kind of water they use, it is not easy. Wasting water, because how much water you need to prepare 1 kilo of meat? How much money you have to spend in preparing 1 kilo of meat, because you have to rear the animal, you have to feed them, you have to take care of them, you have to slaughter them. That chain, the energy you put into just getting only 1 kilo of meat is so much. But if you want to plant, say, rice, or maybe cocoa or something, what kind of energy? Simple one. So if everybody comes back to the sense that we want to avoid this flesh meeting and then just eat only vegetations, the energy we waste on many things that will be reduced. So economically, vegetarianism is the best. Health-wise, is the best. And when it comes to spirituality, because if you feed on flesh, you taint your aura. And the more tainted your aura becomes, the weaker your practice becomes. So spiritually, economically, health-wise, the best thing is vegetarianism. Okay, and I heard that there's one of our members who is having a channel on social media, especially on YouTube, Malcolm's Veg Kitchen. Maybe you want to be a vegetarian after watching this video, but you find it difficult preparing your own food. Go on YouTube and search for Malcolm Veg Kitchen. How to prepare wonderful meal within 5 minutes, within 10 minutes. Vegetarian meals, beautiful, nice and tasty. You don't need to go and chase for anybody's mother to go and kill it before you eat. Something simple, get some tomatoes, get some pepper, get some kotomiri, something. You don't need anything bad. See, cooking is an art. Let somebody teach you how to prepare meals within 3, 4, 5 minutes. Beautiful meals, no violence, and you will enjoy it. And I know that there you have strength, good health. I don't know, why don't people like easy things, but things that will cause you so much pain? My main concern is now the level of health issues that young people are going through, especially with this prostate with this cancer and kidney issue, these 3 things should frighten any man from going close to flesh. I'm not saying that it's only flesh that creates this, but it takes part. Okay, so please, I'm just begging you, stop associating vegetarianism with any religious group. It is not the philosophy of any religion. It is the philosophy of humankind, philosophy of creation. Just follow this. It is going to help you. Don't allow anybody to tell you that vegetarianism is linked to any cultism. No, it is not. It is those who feed on flesh. They are demonic. Because I know that demons, they feed on blood. They suck blood.
But they say flesh is sweeter than vegetarian meals.
Sweeter?
Yes.
No, I've never tasted vegetarian food before.
Okay.
Try it and see.
So there are techniques of cooking.
Oh my God. Me, I love fufu. If they prepare some live soup for you, live soup, I'm talking about vegetarian live soup with fufu, you will enjoy it. And you know, it's wholesome. Because there's no violence in there. It is very wholesome. I remember when I joined Christian consciousness, I was like, how am I going to be a vegetarian? And one woman said, it's very simple. You just prepare beans with your pepper, everything, and boil rice. You're a vegetarian. 2 weeks, I started. And before that, my uncle, who is the SDA pastor, those I remember, my mom, when these pastors come, some of them were vegetarians, so my mother would prepare soup for them without meat, but we never understood them. So now my mom saw me, they said, wow, you remember those I used to prepare soup for these pastors and there was no meat? I said, yes. I never knew I would become one day. So vegetarian meal is wholesome, it's nice, you eat it. You can eat with anything. Is it soup? I mean, when you taste vegetarian soup and you take that of something that contains meat, the taste aspect, there's no difference. But you can see that your meat food, it smells so bad. After eating that your food, or your hand will be smelling, you have to go and use some sponge and soap and wash your hand. Those are going to eat the choba. They have to come and put the animal toilet, everything inside. And after eating the food for even 3 days, you can still smell that thing from your hand. That kind of food is in the mode of ignorance. You can't make any progress in life, that kind of thing. Okay, so what I'm saying is that vegetarians can eat anything. Soup, stew, anything, but excluding meat. And they have ways and means of doing. That's why I was saying that there's a channel on social media, Malcolm's Veg Kitchen. Go there. 5 minutes, 8 minutes, 10 minutes, you can prepare whatever soup you want. And if it's food that you want to eat, you put the fufu inside. If it's banku or whatever, everything, you can just go ahead and eat it without causing any violence to any living being. So I hope people will listen. Because me, I'm afraid of so many sickness around. Yeah. People are getting stroke anyhow. Diabetes, people are getting prostate issues, cancer. Please, you should be careful. You might be young. Your body now can contain all the nonsense and it still be okay. From 50 years going, that's what the body will tell you, that I'm now weak. I can't do any nonsense for you again. Any small problem comes, no stroke comes. Now when the body is young, it's able to fight against many ailments. So keep on eating all the rubbish things, all the dead things put here. You make your body a walking cemetery. Any dead body you put here. What we know is that when people dies, we throw them into the cemetery. You see that the thing is spoiled, you go and send it there. But your body is a walking cemetery. Any dead thing you go put here. Any dead thing, a dog dies, you put it here. Yeah. A cow dies, you put it here. Chicken, you put here. Cat, everything you put here. Your body is like a walking cemetery. So now the body is strong. You're a YouTube person, so it is able to fight against all the nonsense that you're putting in there. But from the age of 50 going, when the body becomes weak, it will tell you, my dear, I'm so sorry. I can't fight for you anymore. You have been eating all this rubbish right from childhood, and I've been fighting. Now, fight your own fight. So when you see stroke coming like that, you know.
So what's the difference between someone practicing vegetarianism and someone who is a vegan?
Okay, so vegans, when they say vegan is somebody who just eats only fruits and vegetables. Okay. Most of them don't even eat cooked food and stuff. They are vegans, are basically people who eat vegetables, fruits, nuts, and like that. But the vegetarians, some of them, they eat the tofu, they eat the chunks, they eat the milk curd, they eat the flour curd, like kind of thing. Okay. So there's a slight difference there. Vegans specifically feed on vegetation, like fruits, nuts, roots, and those kind of things. But when somebody is a vegetarian, the person can put like tofu. Okay, they eat tofu, they eat wagashi, they eat the flour curd, they eat the milk curd, and those kind of things. So that's a slight difference. Okay, but now I think people are becoming more vegans because at times they feel that okay, I just want to be like that, and it's very healthy. I'm telling you, it's very healthy. If you can stop eating cooked food, that's the best. My master, that all these years I met him, I've never seen him eating a cooked food before.
Wow.
Yes, I have not seen him like the way we eat rice. He takes coconut, he takes watermelon juice, sugar cane, and every morning he takes neem juice. This is what I know. Early in the morning after his prayers, we go and boil neem, fresh neem. So we pour into a water jug for him. He have honey. So you put it like that, he will be drinking like that in the morning. In the afternoon, he will take coconut juice like that, only the water. Then in the evening, he will take watermelon juice. This is the only thing he takes. I mean, I've not seen him eating anything, like any cooked food. No. And it's so many years, but he's so there, working everywhere, traveling every day from this country to that country. So if you can be a vegan and feed on cooked food, that is the best. Because even the cooked food, you have to come and put all this salt, and the salt also have its own side effect and many other things. So vegetarianism and veganism is almost the same thing, but it's slightly different.
But there is this misconception. But I just checked the YouTube channel you mentioned, and it's very simple. 5 minutes.
5 minutes videos. Prepare to prepare a goosey soup, beautiful one. Some people like abunabunu, like this tradition. I mean, if you go to the cans, they like abunabunu fufu. You will put some maybe snail or whatever inside. How do you prepare abunabunu without asking all these kind of nasty things inside? And beautiful one, you can eat fufu, you can eat banku with it. Simple, 5 minutes, 8 minutes. So even though you cannot cook all these things, go online and learn. Some of you go online and listen to all this nonsense and insult. Take your 8 minutes. As you are showing the video, try to practice it. So you watch the video of 8 minutes how to prepare a bunabunu. Beautiful one. You watch it 8 minutes. Oh, that's simple. Gather all the ingredients and on your video. As you are watching the video, you are doing it. Within 8 minutes, you are done. So if you can use 8 minutes to prepare a bunabunu and maybe a goosey soup or palm soup, simple, 10 minutes, you are done with it. Why going to look for some goat on the street and eat?
But the problem is, these days they use chemicals in planting our food. What do you think about it?
Yes, a lot of things. See, normally I personally prescribe organic stuff for people.
Okay.
You know, it's becoming unbecoming because now, I mean, most of the things we plant comes with chemicals. So I will just suggest that if you're using any vegetable, the first thing is that you have to wash it with salt, okay? So it will not take away everything, but you have to wash it with salt. Make sure that salt water is you wash and cleanse it properly. It minimizes some of these negative chemicals that is in the system. And that one, there's nothing you can do. The best thing is to plant your own thing. You know, if you have some backyard garden, you can plant everything there. But if you don't have and you have to go and buy from outside, this is what people are doing, putting chemicals there. If you can get the organic ones from the market, that's the best. If you cannot get organic one, you buy all these, they are fabricated ones. Make sure you use salty water to wash it, cleanse it properly before you can start cooking it. And it will be able to help you. And
are there any special energies we tap in from these vegetables?
No, but the fact of the matter is that herbs possess power. Okay. All the powers in the world, all the medicines in the world come from leaves. So if you're a vegetarian, you are actually drinking your medicine from the food you eat. I mean, all the drugs you see in the world, they are made from trees, the bark of a tree, the roots from the leaves, whatever. Okay? So if this thing that is what you depend on as food, it means that you are simultaneously eating your food and your medicine at the same time.
Okay.
So, and those of us that believe in mysticism, we know that these leaves possess so much energy. So when you feed on them, you understand. You are able to communicate that kind of energy. It enhances your spiritual upliftment also.
Okay. Now, before we go, maybe someone wants to start practicing these arts because of what he's heard today. What advice do you have for the person?
Yeah, it's a simple advice. Just get one simple pot. You have some small, maybe kerosene stove, or maybe, if you're a young guy, you can get even copper, or maybe this small gas cylinders. Get some 2 pots. Simple. You can prepare soup. You can prepare stew. You can prepare anything. Just go to the market. Buy all the stuff. Like I'm saying, watch Malcolm's Veg Kitchen. Beautiful way. Simple. Very simplified. How to prepare this.
We will link the...
yes, there will be the link of this channel will be down here. So just click on it and then go and learn. 8 minutes, 10 minutes, you prepare beautiful soup. See, the whole point is that think of your health first. Your health must be a great concern to you. You are not being a vegetarian because you want to become a Buddhist or a Hindu or whatever. You want to be a vegetarian because you want to take care of your health. Take care of your health is the most important, please. Because as a young person, you might not see the consequences of feeding all these rubbish things. Oh. At the age of 50, 60, 70, that's when you will see the effect of all this rubbish that we are doing.
Even nowadays, 30 years.
Yes. Yeah. People are suffering, and it's because of food. The kind of food we eat is dangerous. Okay, already the whole world is messed up. So there are many things that we can decide on our own. We should decide. Okay, our air is polluted. All our water is polluted. Even the air is polluted. And the food also, the way we plant the food, there are so many chemicals. So if you come and add all this kind of flesh to it, you are aggravating the situation. So if you can cut down your flesh intake, feed more on vegetables, more on fruits and nuts, you enhance your own healthy being, you know. You know, it's sad though, because of the work I do, people come there with a lot of ailment and you just look at them. There's one man that came, a big man. This man is so damn rich. And the man, the half is like that, he can't walk. So I told him that, see, my medicine will help you, but you have to cut down your intake of flesh. He said, Daddy, I'm punching it, I'm prepare. So I was like, hey, so I told the wife, do you allow him to be eating these things? Daddy, you can't. Me say, if you want to die in this condition, continue to do what you want to do. But if you want my medication to help you, you must completely avoid meat. The man said, okay, I will try. I gave him medication for 1 month. When they were coming, the man was not in the wheel anymore. I said, yes, I told you. The meat is a factor in what you are doing. You are having a stroke and you are still feeding on flesh. Mojanam said, Namwe, or you're talking not to know, or Vietnam's are what finding us in your huh? You want to just remain like that. The doctor will tell you, now that you have stroke, please don't eat meat. Now that you have kidney issue, please don't eat meat. Now that you have diabetes, please don't eat meat. So why don't you start it from now? Why do you want to wait till when you have these infirmities before you begin to stop? Some of us, we've gotten the clue long time. That this thing causes problems for the body. It doesn't mean it's a human being. It doesn't mean it's a but the possibilities of many were very high as compared to beer. I was very low as compared to beer or no. It did anything on care for the body. If you love God, you must first love your body. And if you love your body, you should be very careful what you put in here. Because whatever you eat becomes you. So if you want to feed on all this kind of thing, that's Caksus into this body, you are just writing your own will in a very dangerous way. And when this sickness begins to manifest in your life, it becomes too difficult and too late for you to solve them. I hope this advice sinks into your heart. You can decide to say anything, even insult me. I don't give a damn about it. But I'm telling you, maybe when you get some terrible sickness that the doctors tell you, please, can you stop eating meat? You will remember this video. When I was 25 years, I watched some video. The man was insisting and saying that we should not be eating meat. I should have listened. But now that I have stroke, I have prostrate, they tell me to stop meeting. That one you stop because that time your distance is not working again. If you want to urinate, you'll be crying like that. That's the time you will stop. So please, I'm saying, if you can abstain from flesh, for your own health, not for any God or for any religion, for your own health, it's going to be good for you. Thank you for watching. God bless you.
Thank you for the knowledge also. Thank you, viewers. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.